Good morning, Team NESIC graduates. So later today turned into this morning. I want to continue our conversation about getting ourselves organized, getting our life in balance, and setting some goals that match our priorities. So I promise this one will be more brief. The last time, Monday, we talked about figuring out the areas in your life, those 10 areas that we talked about, figuring out where you rate, how you feel about those areas of your life where you're either spending your time or not spending your time. And just briefly to review, I gave you those 10 areas of your life and you were to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being you're very satisfied, 100% satisfied that you are right on the money in that area of your life, very satisfied, very happy, and 1 meaning not satisfied at all. And just to clarify, it doesn't mean necessarily that that area isn't important to you. In fact, we'll talk more about this today. Oftentimes, those areas that you scored the lowest, you're dissatisfied with them because they are important to you and you're not spending enough time there. So, why are we going through all of this? Well, for me personally, it was because I needed to figure out a way to help me make a plan for my day, how to overcome the sense of I have hundreds of things to do every day. Like, it's not even possible for me to get everything done that I need to in one day. And this method appealed to me because it helps give you some tools and knowledge and understanding, appreciation of what it is that is really important to you, so that when something comes up, you can say that day, I don't have to do this today. I can put this on a list and it can happen another day. Or I should go to this event, or I should not. So first you figure out the areas of your life and balance them out. And today we're going to talk about priorities. This is pretty cool stuff, you guys, and it really does make everything in your life come into clearer focus. Nobody does this, and I can assure you that I've been practicing this, and it does help with the decision-making process in your life. So, rate your 10 areas, and then today we're going to talk about priorities. This is key, and it will make all decisions easier in the future, and it's going to help you with goal setting, because now we're going to set specific goals that are in line with your priorities and your life balance. So, when you're thinking about these 10 areas of your life and your priorities, what you may have noticed is that there were a few on there that you rated real high. Like for me, fitness and my career and my purpose, I rated them very high. I'm very satisfied with where I'm at in my life in those areas. For example, the fitness piece, most recently, once I overcame my excuses, I have been a runner all my life. So running and exercise, that piece really does come easily to me. So what this is called your intrinsic priority, okay? So the areas of your life that come easy to you and you usually require very little accountability, those are your intrinsic priorities, okay? So that's when you look at your list of 10, look at those areas that you rated high usually. They come pretty easily to you. You do them without thinking so much about them, and you really don't need help being held accountable. And those are your intrinsic priorities that come naturally. And then you need to look at that list, and we're going to identify your key priority. And this is interesting. Your key priority is the one, usually one, that you rated pretty low, and it means you're not satisfied with where you're at in your life in this particular area. It's important to you. It's important to your life feeling in balance, and that's why it doesn't feel good. So you need to go through and identify which area is your key priority. That's going to help. This is going to be where we're going to focus with each of you and where you're going to direct your attention for your goal setting. This priority, this key priority, it can change in your life based on what's going on in your life, or if you have a major life crisis or life event. So for example, if your husband loses his job, then life is going to require that finances maybe is your key priority. You're going to need to focus all of your attention and make decisions based on limiting your spending, living on a budget, looking for a second job, whatever it is. At that moment in your life with the loss of a job, it's going to be your key priority to focus on your finances. If your marriage is in trouble, your key priority and all decisions that you make in your life are going to be based on getting your marriage right and saying no to certain things and focusing your time and attention on your marriage. Do you see what I'm saying? Your life event, graduating college, the birth of a baby, the death of a parent or a child or a family member, a health issue for yourself, major life events are going to sort of dictate what your key priority is at the moment. Kid's going to go off to college, whatever it is. So what I need from you guys to do, those of you that are following along, rate your 10 areas, identify and post below this video the areas that are your intrinsic, that you rated high, that you feel good with, that you don't really need accountability. Oh, except, by the way, you might be spending a lot of time here because it's easy. We'll talk more about that also. So your intrinsic priorities where you're good and spending a lot of time because it's easy. And then please tell us what your key priority is, what you think right now in those 10 areas you need to be focusing on. And that's your call to action for today. Key priority, where you need to spend time because life is dictating it and your life balance needs to get that in check, and your intrinsic priorities. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you found this helpful, and we will be moving forward to sort of making a priority clarity statement next. Have a great Wednesday.